This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2025 Salem Grand Villa 42 veranda. Okay, this is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. It's not a floor plan video or anything like that. So you have your back porch on it, and of course this extends out farther. Also, you have your step here, and well, they got it locked up. There's a gate there so you can enter that way and go through the sliding doors. We'll just go through the regular door. Okay, as we move forward, you have two awnings on it. So you can see one of them is huge, and the other one for the rear is smaller, but it covers just about the whole trailer. And you have power here, plus TV signal out, and you have a rail to hang things on. Okay, so as we walk a little farther, the windows are covered for transit, of course. You have two full LP tanks and a deep cycle marine battery. Slide toppers, which are great. You also have this piece that hangs on the side. I don't know if you can see it here. It's metal, like a metal shelf. That's your dump hose, of course, your dump hose kit. And there's a filter for your water filter, a canister. Okay. This is a 50 amp system, so you have a 50 amp power cord. Your shore cord, we give you adapters for it also, so you got the adapter hooked up right now that adapts it down to a 30, and they'll give you another one to adapt it to a 20 for an emergency. Okay, vent right here. Your drains. There's the white one's your fresh water tank drain, and your black tank is the larger valve there, and your gray tank is the smaller one, of course. Cable and satellite through, which is just a coax, there you go. So these are your water hookups here. So you have your city water, which is the most common way to get water to your trailer. You just hook the hose up and turn it on, of course. If you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank here and use the onboard pump to pump the water. I'll show you the pump and all the switches when we get inside, okay? This right here is your black tank flush. So if you want, after you dump your black tank, you can spray it out with the black tank flush also. So the idea is, like it says on this sticker here, always make sure you have your black tank valve open before you turn on the water to this. You don't want too much pressure to build up. So always flush it with the black tank valve in the open position, okay? Of course, this is an on-demand water heater. That's your master switch right there. Right now it's on. Okay. I'll show you the switches for that when we get inside. This is the vent for your range hood. Now it has a baffle on it. You can't really see it with this camera from here. You have to get on a ladder or be a lot taller than me anyway. But there's two thumb holds there, and you can push up on it and pull out, and it'll free up the baffle so it flaps freely. So if you're cooking and you want to vent to the outside, you want that baffle flapping freely so it vents freely to the outside, okay? Alrighty, this is your hookup for your gas hookup for your griddle that's on the porch here, okay? There's the vent for your sink on the porch, okay? And let's see what else we have here. Well, as you can see, it has misters up there, right? It also has a fan, a ceiling fan, a paddle fan, whatever you want to call it. Speakers, so it has a great setup. Triple axle. Okay. When we first come inside, this is your vacuum system here. Okay, the attachments are in this cardboard box over here. in here. I'll just go through this briefly here. It's your sprayer. They hook up to your spray port. You have some center caps for your wheels. You have your vacuum attachments in this bag. And what is this here? Some other stuff. Let me see what this stuff would be. I'm not sure what that is, but it's stuff. This is the wrench for your water filter canister. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's go this way. So this is a broom. We call it a broom. Switch for your ceiling fan, obviously. Thermostat for back here. The thermostat works like any thermostat. You just poke it to once to light it up, and then you just keep poking it or you actually turn it to go through the different modes: heating, cooling, air conditioning, all that. Fan, and when you get to the one you want, you just push it, and it'll lock into it. Very simple. Your TV here. Always strap the TV on the wall so it doesn't bounce off. You have a JBL system here. AM/FM radio. It has a USB drive and a HDMI in there. If you wanted to have let's say you have a portable Blu-ray player or something like that, you could plug it right into the HDMI there, for example. It has Bluetooth, of course, and it has 3 speaker zones. A is here, B is in the front, and C is outside, I believe. And there's a remote with it, so you have a remote. Your fireplace, here, let me come over here to the remotes. The fireplace is huge. This is the remote for it here. And, okay. So, you can see right now it's flashing H. That's the fan speed, right? So, what we have here is right there, it's H, off, this fan is off, low, and high. Okay, so it's really kicking the heat out when it's on high. You also can change the appearance of it to some extent. Okay, you have a timer on it. You can set the temperature up and down, so it does a lot. Okay, now this folds out. You can turn this into a bed, obviously. There's storage in your little ottoman thing here. The range works like you would expect. You're going to just twist it, and then you push it in to light, hold it for a few seconds, and that's it. That works with the oven and all 4 burners. You have an oven light and a ambient light. So, I told you about the vent on the outside, and make sure the baffle's open if you're going to be venting. The baffle on the vent on the outside. This is your fan here, 2-speed fan. Okay, that vents to the outside. Then you have a light here also. Okay, microwave works like any other microwave, of course. This is your literature in here and your remotes. The refrigerator, always strap this when you're traveling so the drawer and the doors don't fly open and get dented. Okay, let's see what else we have. Your sink is kind of elaborate. This is a cup washer. You put the cup there and push down on it. It'll spray water up. Never push it down with your hand, or you have to clean off the ceiling. You have the regular faucet here, right? And then you have here, it's called a waterfall. So if you turn the knob to the right, it operates the waterfall. You turn it to the left, it operates the normal spout there. Your attachments are in this box right here, and they fit into the sink, and you have a sloped piece for the waterfall to wash dishes off. Several different attachments that go into the sink. Okay, your keys are right here, of course. Stools, 4 stools. Okay, over here is your control panel. Excuse me. So your shades are powered. Okay, so all of your shades, you'll select the one you want to operate and push up and down. Let's go with 3. and see what happens. We'll go down. There we go. There's 3 there. Okay, it's that simple. So you just select the one you want. This is a dimmer here for the ceiling. You have your slide out switch, your power awning. That's the smaller power awning, the one towards the rear. That's the larger one. Your water pump is here. Remember, that's used to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. Awning lights, accent lights, all your levels, fresh water, batteries charged, black. Only one black works because there's only one toilet, and 2 gray. Okay? Alrighty, so what else do we have here? We can look up at the loft here. I'm not gonna actually go up there. I'm just gonna point it, the camera in there. Obviously a TV, and it's probably the nicest loft I've seen. I mean that. Got chairs without legs for the kids to sit in, and it's well thought out, obviously. I don't know what is below there. Now I have to look. What in the world is that? I have to know. Oh, it's just storage. Okay. I guess you store stuff down there. I guess. That's the theory I'm going with anyway. Okay. So, we'll go a little farther. That's the screen for your sliding door in the back. Bathroom. I got to pick up the pace. I only have a half hour before this starts a new file, or a new file. Always, when you're traveling, always, and I mean always, latch these doors in the open position with like this. I can do it with one hand here. Hold on. I almost had it. Let me switch hands. Well, I think I'm going to have them adjust that before we go. It'll be adjusted. Rather me fiddle with it now. I'll have them adjusted a little bit. Always latch it open so the doors can't slide around and slam, or they will eventually break. But if you latch them in the open position, they will not. Okay. Toilet works like all RV toilets. You have to have a dose of chemical in the bowl and push the pedal down and put at least a gallon of water in there. More than a gallon is better before you start using it. So anytime you're starting off with a flushed, empty black tank, you have to come in here, put a dose of chemical and at least a gallon of water in there. Okay. Alrighty. So. GFCI. There's a couple GFCIs in this trailer, but all the plugs, even if they're a regular duplex, are still wired through a GFCI. So if you lose power in one of them, always think GFCI first. This is the controller for your on-demand water. You just turn it on. I don't know. I don't think he has the water hooked up, so I'll talk you through it. That just changes it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. This tells you it's at 120, which is typical. That's how hot it'll get. So as soon as you turn on the hot water, you'll see a picture of a flame trying to light, and it'll be like a wheel turning, I think. And then the numbers will start climbing rapidly up to 120. And you just get nonstop hot water, which is a great thing, especially for showering. You know how 6 gallons or 10 gallons of water doesn't go very far when you're showering. So this is a great thing. That's your on-demand water. Okay. Go towards the front. Alrighty. So you can pick the bed up, and there's room to store under there. This here is your power converter. It converts AC to DC power. So on this side you have 120 AC circuit breakers. They're all labeled. And then on this side you've got 12 volt DC fuses, and they're all labeled, right? Sorry about the camera work here. When you're plugged into shore power, you have 120, and then it converts some of the power to AC, from AC to DC. Everything that can run on DC power in this trailer does. Some things have to be AC, like the air conditioning and the microwave and things like that. It's also a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery up on the tongue has and needs, and it'll always keep that charged as long as you're plugged in. Okay. That's the power converter. Also, the bed goes, you have a up and down here. I'll just move it a little bit so you can see. You always want it up when you're closing it. Closing the slide, obviously, you want enough room for it to close, so you keep it in the up position when you're closing the slide up. This is pre-plumbed for a washer dryer, stackable or combo. Stackable is better because they're more efficient, obviously. And then you have storage here, obviously, your wardrobe and all that. Another thermostat for the air conditioning. Okay. So as I come back here, I'll go back to the back porch.
It's got stripes on it, you know.
Yeah, it's strapped. One snap.
That's it.
Okay, so here we go out onto the back. You can see here are the controls. So I can go out like so. Hopefully you can see that. Like so. Gives you a lot of room. You have your griddle here. Griddle. Latch it. You have your sink here. Folds up. Refrigerator, of course. This is for the mister we talked about. And then there's your water filter canister we talked about. You get the filter and the wrench. And there's that coiled sprayer I showed you, that can plug in right there. And I think there's a spot on the outside to plug it in also. Okay. Alrighty. So, I think that covers it now. So, first I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Remember to inspect your roof every 90 days. That's what the manufacturer recommends, so make sure you have somebody check it out so you can make sure there's no damage caused by low branches or no waste for water to get in, anything like that. So make sure you do that every 90 days. And right now this is in camping mode. All the antifreeze has been purged from the system and there's fresh water in there. So you're all set for the summer, okay? Thank you very much.